This woman was about to die of thirst, but instead of drinking the half bottle of water in her hand, she poured it all over her face. Then she picked up the empty bottle, stood on a high spot, and began licking the rainwater seeping through the iron plate. She had been trapped in this shipping container for a whole week, surrounded by nothing but the vast ocean, with seawater continuously leaking in through small holes. Having gone days without drinking water, her body was at its limit. Just as she was about to despair, she suddenly felt droplets on her face. She looked up slowly and realized it was raining outside. The woman stood up, savoring this gift from the heavens. She immediately sprang into action, taking out all the food containers and placing them on the table to collect the precious fresh water. But she knew this was only temporary relief. The real priority was breaking open the container to escape. Yet halfway through drilling, the electric drill overheated and suddenly shut down. She had lost her only hope of escape. Her bare hands couldn't break the sturdy iron walls, and to make matters worse, the last 2 bottles of fresh water were nearly gone. In her despair and rage, the woman began smashing things in frustration, but accidentally uncovered a rasp. Staring at its saw-like edge reignited her hope, but the tool was far less effective than the drill. After sawing for a long time, her hands were covered in painful wounds. The prolonged lack of water drained her strength. Only one side of the container was left uncut, and the woman found a leverage point to pull at the opening. She gripped 2 straps tightly, pulling down with all her remaining strength. With relentless effort, the gap widened. Finally, she threw her entire body weight into it. The iron sheet gave way completely, and sunlight poured onto her face for the first time in days. Climbing out of the container, she was met with the endless sea. Although her situation was still dangerous, it was far better than the dark, damp interior. To increase her chances of rescue, she wrote many messages for help, sealed them in food containers, and tossed them into the ocean, praying a passing ship might find them. Though hope was slim, it was all she could do. In her loneliness, she gazed across the ocean, thinking of her distant husband. But as time passed, a new crisis quietly approached.